Greetings, all. I'm just waiting for some people. David T, if you can see this, let's try it again. I was supposed to go live. I was watching a video. Ugh, it's my stupid. It was me. He wanted to try it. I thought he wanted to. I actually thought he wanted to give it a try now. I didn't know he wanted to go right there and then. He didn't let me know that. Right now I actually got the video on. If you can't, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm actually on the video here. I wonder if you actually could see some people. But I can't see them. I don't know if it's working. Guys, I don't know if you can hear it. It's David in the back, but that's his video. I'm not sure who's here watching. We were supposed to just test this. I mean, I'm still on. Um, yeah, I'm still on. I just thought he wanted to give it a try now. That's me as eh, it's Jordan. Jordan, I was supposed to go on live with him. I was doing other things. I thought he meant now, and then realized he's got a video. He was written away. No. Great. Good evening, gentlemen. I'm glad you're both here. I'm hoping David can come back and we can give this a try. See what it would look like. I don't know. That it would be weird for me to go in from here if they share both. If I, who knows? Maybe I could have screen here. I don't know. Jordan, I'm assuming you didn't want. I mean, you clicked it, it didn't work. He's talking about that right now. He sent you a link. He sent me a link too, but it's not going on. It's not doing anything because his camera's off. And he hasn't answered me back yet, so he's probably gone into another room. I wanted to try this. Let me get to the end of this video, see what he says. Hopefully. I don't know if you guys see me. I love this thing he said, this transition. I would love to try this in Disney Worlders. He's gonna have, if this works, we're gonna see about how he can help me get something like this on Disney Worlders. I mean, that was awesome. I love that thing. Jordan, are you still there? I see you guys are here. It shows two people and you're both. Let's see. I watch, believe it or not, I watch these. Don't always watch Disney streams like I used to. I watch these other creators in a way. If you want to comment, they are. I've told this to a few people already. They react to movies and stuff. Their first time watching a movie, and it's good when you. Hello, Aventa Crew. Thank you. I thank you very much. Right, yeah, because we're right now. We're new to this because I have my group, Disney Worlders, which is a Facebook group, and I always said that if I could get 1,000 subscribers, I'd go live, and I started it. Yeah, well, Greg, I was Wheeljack. Still am on Instagram. I'm still Wheeljack35 over there. I've never changed that one. I changed this one from Wheeljack35 to Disney Worlders, basically to go along with the group with this. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that's only half the room. Or well, you don't see what's off on the side over here. Um, Everybody's been asking me to do a video on it. I might. I'm not saying I will. I probably will do a vlog. I could do that. Yeah. Well, you keep writing it wrong. You're writing it wheel as in wheel as a animal instead of a wheel. WHEEL like in Wheeljack. Duh. Ah, yeah. So I was talking about the crew. If you want to join the Facebook group, just look for right now. I don't have the link up because, as I said, I'm still trying. I'm learning this, and we've been doing this almost every night for the last couple weeks, so we can get used to this. And plus, I did vlog. If you want to, I do have a couple. Not really vlog. I did live streams during. I was at Hollywood Studios and over at Epcot on Saturday, so I do have videos up from that. Thank you very much. So do you collect figures too? Believe me, it wasn't this. I can tell you right now, Greg, this would have been a Transformers thing, but I'm not like the other guys. The other guys show things transform into me. I get I get nervous. I'm like, no more transform. I don't transform them anymore unless I really wanted to. Oh, you're driving. All right. Um, let's see. What else we got over here? I found something new. It's a pop out. It gives me like news and everything on the side. And you guys might not be able to see that. This is the only pops on my computer. It's Jordan's driving. Funko, and I also crochet Disney characters. I I collect a few Funkos. I've got Figment right here. I've got Tom Servo. If you ever seen Mystery Science Theater 3000, I got Tom Servo. Who else do I got? I've got Ronald McDonald. Do I got Ronald? No, I know I got Big Mac. McDonald's used to have characters like HR Puff and stuff years ago, and they came back out with them. I got a small Barney Rubble. I don't get that many. I do have one from a couple of years ago. It was, if you remember, Grogu was in the Thanksgiving Day parade. Well, they actually made I still have him in the box. He's flying, going after that little ball that was in front of him in the parade. Don't mind me. I'm going to bump it up. Reason is I'm bumping yours up because I'm trying to read it, but they put these hearts in the way now on the chat, and you can't basically see everything. And you do okay. You crochet Disney characters. Awesome, sweet. Um, I do have a small Disney World I've created, and I made two videos on it. One was from about 4 or 5 years ago, and the most current one was a couple months ago. And feel free to go through any of the videos if you keep going down and down and down to the sellers of this place. Years ago, we're talking about 2009, 2010. I made my own videos with pictures and music. Actually, made years ago, long before I knew about places that vlogged or live stream. I actually made my own vlog, walking through years ago, walking through Magic Kingdom, and we also hit. It was Star Wars weekends back then, so I hit that and added music to it later on and everything. I probably can do that again, but right now I'm not into it. I would have to. I was at that point in time. I was out of work for a year. Couldn't find another job at that point in time. So I had time there. I could make it any video I wanted. I had all day. I mean, I would go out and look for jobs in the morning, hear nothing back, and the rest of the day I would just make videos. I haven't done that in a very long time. Question is, will I have the patience to do it again? I don't collect a lot, but older Matchbox and Hot Wheels. I I do collect Matchbox and Hot Wheels and some other items too. This one's, I'm not sure what this is. If another toy line, and it's supposedly taken off of Herbie, but if you notice, there's no number 3 on the side. 53, I should say. I love Herbie the Love Bug. Ever since then, I've always collected Volkswagen Beetles, and I've got a lot of those. I've got cars like so big. Actually, they're up there. I'm too comfortable. I'll show you. I do have 1950s cars too that are made from the same company, so it's I like this, but they're Volkswagen Beetles, and I got my 1950s collection out here. But of course, the one and only Optimus Prime doesn't transform, Greg. Well, I thought David T would come back. We were supposed to check because I was supposed to go over his. He asked me to come in, and I guess he must have went in the other room and probably said, I don't know. I mean, don't have. Well, I could call him on Facebook, but I'm not going to do that right now when I have people here. Yeah, I decided to come back on tonight. Last night I came on for about, I don't remember, close to an hour, I think. And I only had one person to talk to. And that's what happens when you first start everything. That's why I don't get that many people. I only started a couple weeks ago, and I taking baby steps into this. And who knows? I might blog again. Walk around. I mean, it'd be nice to do the parks again, but the way things go with me, I don't hit the parks but at least once a month. Now, yeah, I do have other videos and whatever from like previous trips, like months ago and stuff. Yeah, and I park hopped Saturday from I want to say the name of the park and it's not going to remember my head, even though Hollywood Studios to Epcot, and I'm a little bit different. If you watch like Tanya or anybody else, they go on for like 6 hours. Me, I just cut down to like a half an hour or a little bit more than that. Depends on where I am, what's going on. I mean, I'll cut it off to stream off when I'm going on to a ride event. That might change. I mean, I'm not going like on Haunted Mansion and stuff like that with one, streaming. But when it comes to the bigger thrill rides, I'm not going to do that. I don't feel like holding on dear life to make sure my camera doesn't blow away on me. Plus, yeah, there's like 1,000 videos out there. I think the only thing cool is when you get on it is if it breaks down, because I've been evacuated twice. Once off the People Mover, and once off Rise of the Resistance. It was my first or second time in. It was before COVID, and I got to the place where the stormtroopers are, that Star Destroyer. We stood around for like 10 minutes. And we're like, what's going on? Nobody said anything. And all of a sudden they took us through where you're supposed to get interrogated and bring you through the side door in there. And we were walking through your break rooms, which looked like a regular break room you would see if you work in a store, like, a retail store. It was weird. 40th anniversary, yeah, there's a couple of them. It's just I'm not sure what to get besides. They're coming out with Wheeljack from more than meets the eye, when he was totally different transform. If you remember More Than Meets the Eye, the original, before they got to Earth and became cars and things, they were hovercraft type cars over in Cybertron. Let's see. I wish I could. Yeah, I probably, if you guys see me come on, it's probably a test stream, like David T did tonight, and I would love to see how to. He's been trying to install that countdown clock, and when he comes on, it cuts to him, and I mean, it was this really professional look. I would love to do something like that, and I like the music in that countdown because it's '80s music, and I'm '80s all the way. Um, what is the still? What is the still parts of the old streets? What is the still parts of the old? I've lost you. You're asking me what is the still parts of the old streets of America? Are you asking me is what's left? Bente, if you're still here, you can ask me anything. Oh, why are the still why are you asking me why are there still streets there? That's I would if it's that's what you're asking. It's just because that they secured whatever they could for the two lands, Toy Story Land and of course Star Wars Land or whatever you want to call it, Bat Two, um, whatever. And what they didn't take was left over there Muppets, Mama Melrose's restaurant, the Flatiron building. That building is still there. That's the only. There's a couple smaller buildings still left, and that's one of them. There was talk. There was talk. They thought they were going to be. You would have to have like a special pass to getting into the park because they thought it was going to be really busy. It gets busy, but not like they thought it was going to be. And there was talk of putting having the Muppets. Do you remember if you when the Muppets would be over at Magic Kingdom? They did great moments in history. This was supposed to be the great moments in Star Wars history, and they were supposed to do it from that Flatiron building or the replica of that Flatiron building, and over near the Muppets courtyard. I've always said, why don't they just take the Muppets? At that point in time, the Muppet Theater could have been moved to where the Great Movie Ride is, because they were talking about moving, get rid of the Great Movie Ride. Um, I just wanted them to update it to movies. I did not want them to come out and gut the place and take a 20-minute ride, make it a small. I like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but it's only 5 minutes long. It is very short. Um, Let me see. Now, if they move the Muppets to the courtyard, they could use they possibly use the current theater in there where they do previews and change that into the new Muppet Theater, because I would love to see the whole back area themed to Star Wars going from Star Tours into Galaxy's Edge. That would be so awesome. And I've said this before. When you're going from that, I've told this to a couple of live streamers. I know if they could, if what would have been nice is if you're getting coming from where Buzz Lightyear is, Toy Story Land into Galaxy's Edge, you could have like start off with like Star Wars figures, being 6 foot, and as you're going in slowly they could shrink down. You're in Batuu, and it could be regular Star Wars figures, or well, they don't even sell Star Wars figures there. They sell like what you would be considered dolls that would be made on those planets, and you got to look at it and you're like, this is 1950s or something like that. Um, that would have been a nice transition. They took the honey, I shrunk the carrot. Yeah, that was. I remember that being there a few years ago. I hate to say only a few years ago. I started going back to the parks First, I hadn't. I was there back in '75. I was 9 years old. Never went back until almost 30 years later. And what scared me as a kid was the Snow White dark ride. And when the queen turned around and she was the witch, I was 9 years old. I was scared to death. I closed my eyes for the rest of the ride. It took me 30 years to get back, and when she turned around this time, I laughed at her, and I got to finally see the whole ride after 30 years. Um, I mean, I remember when they were building the um, mine car, Seven Doors mine car ride. I love that ride. If you guys ever get on it, get on the back, like Slinky Dog. Get on the back. It is real fun when you're on the back of it. My Honey I Shrunk the Kids. That I went on it. Not on it. I mean, it's a walkthrough. It was a walkthrough type of thing. And I remember walking through those back areas. I mean, to me, it was like because to me it was like it felt like somebody took over some buildings and put a theme park around it. I was never a big fan of that area. I never went back there again after that closed because to me it was like, I hate to say, you guys are gonna look at me like, well, yeah. At that point in time, I felt like blah, wasn't impressed, and never spent that much time. Would we come into the park? I was in love with, of course, the Star Tours. I always wanted to hit there every time, and sometimes we would park up, and that was me for the whole entire year. That was me. That was it. Then I finally became a pass holder, stayed there longer, hit the parks. The only thing I do right now, some of you probably gonna be like, why does he do that? I'm not a fan of Animal Kingdom. I don't hate it. It bores me. I'll go there once a year. Jordan, if you're still here, like, do something. Do something. I don't know. I know you can't say anything. I wish you could just like push a button, or you doesn't have to write a whole sentence. Just push like a button. Yeah, when I first hit Magic Kingdom way back in 1975, 9 years old, we went on it, and I was like, oh, we're going on a sub. We're going on a sub. I mean, I've seen videos of back then. I'm like, wow, what the hell was I? What was I thinking? I was like, what excited me seeing that little way back in the day? And for some unknown reason, I personally thought the that where the Tomorrowland Terrace is. That's where the this submarine. I can't even talk right now. The submarine ride was, and I don't know what made me think of that like that. And the guy I went with worked with him at the time. He's like, no, they took that down years ago. I was like, oh, it was the main thing I had remembered about that all those years ago. And just to see years later, somebody took an old, camcorder, held on their shoulder, and uh, the kind you put the VH tape into, pushed it down and recorded. Thames is a good old times. One time, check this out. When we went, well, it was the only time we could do it. At the time we went, they still had the ferry boats. They also still had the monorails, but they didn't have all the monorails at the time. So we got onto the tram. The tram took us from the Magic Kingdom parking lot all the way down past the Contemporary. Now, it depended how busy it was, because if the tram was totally full, it could get down to a certain part, but didn't have enough power to pull all the cars up with filled with people. So you had, if you remember, you know where that bridge is, that water bridge that goes over the land. It goes into Bay Lake. um, it just couldn't get up there. So what it did is let everybody off there. Everybody had to walk to where the buses are now. That wasn't anything. They had to walk. It was like grass with oh, what do you call those? Epcot puts those up. You see, this is me. At my age, I'm starting to forget everything, and that's not good. Where is the old Dumbo? What is where the old Dumbo was now? Let's see, when they moved Dumbo over, what I think they did is it's part of two things. It's part of the Bear Guest restaurant. I think they moved the carousel up a little bit, or back. I should say back a little bit. Um, but it's mostly it's not only is it the restaurant for Bear Guest, it's also the area where they have Belle kids come in and see Belle and stuff. It's more of a like a little show and meet and greet thing for kids, and that's what that is. And right now there's two. And Greg, I think you know this. There are two Dumbo rides now. They're side by side, Dumbo A or Dumbo B. It was weird walking through Fantasyland back about 10 years ago when they were doing the remodel, and the last thing to be remodeled or not remodeled to be built was the mine car. I remember looking through a knot. They used to have knot holes you could actually peek through. You could see dirt and stuff, and piles of dirt, and them building it. But yeah, it took a while. Let's see. Yeah, not enough horsepower. I think they have it now. Um, they could still do it if they wanted to, but I just don't know. I don't know if the current ones have that power. Yeah, I know you're talking about the Dumbos. Yeah, they moved it over. It's now near the Goofy's Barnstormer in the storybook circus area. Um, See, everything was happening on that side of the park, but if you go to the side of the park, of the side of where the side of the fantasy. Oh boy, I'm not with it tonight. I am sorry. The They moved to yeah, the fantasy. If you go in from the castle and you're looking at Fantasyland in the castle's and back of you, the right hand side was where they did all the remodel. The left hand side stayed. Possibly the only thing they did was where the old Skyliner station is, and Rapunzel's tower is. That was the only thing done, and most of everything was never bothered on that side, like Peter Pan and It's a Small World. I hear people nowadays they say like Disneylanders they come over says well, they ask where Small World is, and they says that well it doesn't have the famous facade. It says yes it is. They do have the facade, but it's in the building. You would have to go take a look. And the reason it's inside, and I learned it's because of how it's painted, like at Disneyland. And they felt what would happen is after the brutal weather would have taken its toll on it, and they would have probably had to do refurbs on that twice a year on that back facade there. They did. I remember did have remote control boats. I'm not sure if it was there or if you remember the old Swan boats, which was that was the only ride that was not that was directly next door because next to the castle, and the entrance for that was on off to the side where Tomorrowland is. And I've seen not only videos but old pictures of what Frontierland. It was a ghost town basically. I mean, the side we know right now Pecosville and stuff. That was there. Um, then they built Big Thunder, and Big Thunder it is now because there was just nothing but like grassy area, totem poles, not much over there. It was just the way. I mean, I've seen the pictures of it many times. They took down um, when they announced for Splash Mountain. They took down the Frontierland Railroad Station into what it is now, and of course Splash Mountain. And it actually filled that part of the park up really nicely. And the size of Tomorrowland Speedway, that thing was gigantic. The whole entire that side of the park only had you had the train coming through the other side, and this side. Not only that, you could see the train from the Contemporary. I mean, that train just it was going right through. It came by the Tomorrowland Speedway. You could see the train, and people from the train could see you in the cars. It was different, a different time there. And then the expansion of Space Mountain and everything, and people move on to Carousel of Progress. Thank God for the Carousel of Progress. This is one thing I don't understand. Why Disney doesn't they like to switch back and forth with the electric parade? Why don't they just build another parade? Why do they have to let's ship it this side of the country? Well, why don't they just make another one? There's a weird version of a Disneyland Paris has one. It's not the lights like that. It's drones, and they make and the drones come together and make the It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. They make the floats, but the floats it looks like it's flying away, but it's they draw all the drones together. It's magnificent over there in France. Yeah, the carpet ride. Yeah, the magic carpet ride. That basically stands in the middle of everything. You're right. It's blocking everything because I've seen pictures of that area just totally open. It's just I don't know. Who knows? Today they would probably put like a picnic area there if it wasn't there. I have nothing against it, but it's just another copy of Dumbo. I don't know. I don't know if they would ever keep it, take it away, or do what. If they put something else there, I wouldn't cry. I can't say I'm not a fan. I've been on it. Greg, it's just us. Uh, yeah, I'm looking at it's only one. Um, don't do it. Don't you don't have to. I can. I should have been moving the chat along. Um, yeah. People don't go on the Swiss Family Treehouse anymore. I would like to one night go up there. You can actually go up onto the treehouse during the fireworks. I would love to go up there and stream the fireworks from there. I just don't want to be in anybody's way because people will still be going through there. They wouldn't care about the fireworks, so they just ignore them. They would just go through the attractions and the rides. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with the Country Bears. I heard there's a couple songs in it from back in the day when it first started, and the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities, and I think it might be rewritten for the Bears themselves. I think. I don't know. Don't mind me. Let's see. Yeah, we're now down to 2. Let me see if David's contacted me back. I'll be right there. No, that's me. Let me see. Where did I come out? My new phone. Let's see if he's contacted me back. Fudge. He hasn't come back on. Do they still have access to the clone of Walt's apartment in Anaheim? I think they have tours, yeah. I think. I have really no idea if it's still going on. I mean, nobody's ever said it's not there. I could find out from a couple of people. There is David T. Oh, David, I'm so sorry. I thought we were gonna do it at 9 o'clock when I came on here. So I was watching a couple videos. I did not know you went on live. I swear to God, I didn't. I wouldn't have done that. Let me know when you want to try it again. We can do it. I don't know if we can do it with 2 streams that are on there. We could try and see what happens. It's up to you. I would have to go to open another window to another to your page. And I've got the push buttons on here. Or if you want to try it after we do it or we get off of this, it's up to you. I seen you were talking to a couple people on there, and I was like, oh no. I didn't. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to make you sit there and wait. I didn't realize you were sitting there waiting for me to come in right there and then. I would have. Well, I had to make it. I have. I don't know. Did anybody else have a working camera? Webcam, I should say. Because I got a working webcam. You could give it one more try. Yeah, because as soon as you get the thing to work, I would love to find out how to put it over here. I'd love to have that same thing over here. I love that transition where it closes and I love that. That's what I want for this area. And it's got like a thing, but I mean, the music on it sounds very 80s, and I'm a big 80s person. Yeah, as I said, I apologize. I didn't mean to do that on purpose. I just didn't. You came out and thinking, oh no, I missed it. I was like, where is he? Come back on, come back on. But it was getting late at that point in time. I had to come on here. Jordan, yeah, David T. Jordan is here, but he's driving, so he says he can't post more. He's listening to us right now, basically. Well, of course, Greg is here too. You can see our chat. We were talking about, back in the time in the old days of Magic Kingdom. Yeah, Magic Kingdom was it back in the day. We kept on calling it Disney World. I remember that in school. I remember sending the kids to school. I went to Disney World over the summer. Disney World consisted of, Magic Kingdom Park, and the resorts. That was it. Nothing else. A couple of years later, it would be what we know as Disney Springs, and then Epcot, and it was totally different way back when. Saturday couldn't come in. Okay. Now I figure we'd do it maybe because mine is no. I don't know. I don't think that's true. I don't know if that would work because my camera is focusing on me. Yeah, that wouldn't work right now if we did it right now with two cameras. Streamlabs, and you said something about Streamlabs giving you trouble. See, I gotta hook up this Streamlabs to mine. I think what I did at the time is I got it as one of my apps, and I was just, oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. Something popped up, and I was looking at it, and it's like, let's see. Man, I just phased out. I was like, huh? Oh, good thing happened today. I got insurance, medical insurance. Now I can get a primary. And that's the weird part about my primary. My soon-to-be primary is my brother's primary. And when I was making it last week, I was making reservations to go to Hollywood Studios. I seen her name inside where Now, there's different people inside. This my friend who I go with, her sister, and a couple other people. Because we shared things and everything. Every other person can come in. I can make them part of the group they want to get in. And all of a sudden, I looked at my brother's primary, and I'm like, what is she doing in here? I was like, how in the world did she get here? Then my friend Stacy, she says she came with us last year. I was like, she did, and it hit me. Oh my god, yeah, because that was the day I was hanging both with her and Stacy, and we both ran into Tanya, and Tanya was the live stream with Robin that night. uh Sarah Dash, hello, greetings. Well, let's see if I've got the link. I've had the link for a couple hours now. It just if I come on now with my camera being on, what would that do to the cameras? Would they cancel the cameras out? I don't know. I don't know if that's never been done. Can we both have like split screens? I just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we could try it after I go off of this because I'm not going to be on here all night because I've got to be at work at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So it's my short day. That's what's so good about it. I do some. I do these. I do a job. It's called job. It's the resets we call planograms for stores. Long story. Don't want to bore you guys. Zoom. I'm not see. I don't know how to hook most of the stuff up. That's I need. David's working on that. Where we're gonna get Chase. Chase can do a lot of things on his. Chase was a live streamer. He doesn't do it much anymore. He lives in Alabama, but we could hook up. He could hook us up to doing the 5-6 way chat in here and stuff. That'd be awesome. And I would want to get some of you guys on here. I have nothing against the some of the vloggers and live streamers, but number one, I don't think they'll come on. Number two, I'd rather keep this place for a while, kept to the people who come on and like Tanya. Tanya makes her she makes her members feel like we're part of the crew, and I like that way of doing things, and that's what I would like to see done. Like for instance, Sarah, if we came on when I would probably we would invite you guys. We wouldn't have you on automatically. We would just invite you to see if you want to talk and chat with us. I want to do things differently. I mean, Tanya is like a good. How can I put it? She could be like more. I'm trying to be, but not be. I don't want to be her. She's her own person. Um, but I like her way of doing things, where she's like alone to herself, and she comes in instead of with other streamers. She'll come in with people who came to the park to visit her. That's how I would like to do it. Um, Yeah, I know. It's just wait till we get things set here. First of all, see if his idea works. Dave T likes to work on his items. I've got to go live some nights and see what's going to happen. Oh, Sarah Dash, if you want to, I was at Disney over the weekend and I did I did do some live streams, not make them, but Tanya, she goes like for 6 hours. I came up with an idea. I don't want to be like everybody else. I'm going to come on when I'm at the parks. I'm going to live stream for maybe half an hour to an hour. Depends on, as I said, everybody else. Depends on what rides we're going on. Slow moving rides, I'll probably stream them. Bigger rides, Tron or whatever, no. No. Even though I can't do Tron anyway. Big Thunder. No, I hold on to I'm sitting in the back. I'm holding on dear life on Big Thunder. I love Big Thunder though. I may come up in May, depending on how my mom's doing. Give me a date when you can, PM it to me on over on Facebook. Oh, you mean the Food and Wine? Because Flower and Garden is coming up. I don't know the dates yet. For some reason, they like to make Food and Wine the longest. I suggest that Food and Wine should be shortened down and make the art festival, which is going on right now, the longest one. Not the long. I didn't mean to make it longer. Give them equal amount of time. Can you believe they do their festivals at DCA? I'm in more thing like instead of doing your festivals inside DCA, you got the Esplanade on right between both parks. Do it there. I just don't understand why they just don't do something like that. Um, let me see. Sorry guys, that's just I got a couple dogs hanging around. So I'm just hearing weird stuff. And no, the house is not haunted. My father died in this house back almost 20 years ago, but we have never seen him. So, wait, I think my mother did see him. I remember. Well, it's the weird part. After he died, I remember like seeing things. It was like I was seeing him, but like not in a dream state. I wasn't asleep. It was like a memory that never happened. That's the only way to describe how I used to see him. And it happened like maybe a couple of weeks after he passed, and it hasn't happened since. Yeah. My father back in the 70s wore the leisure suit, so yeah, I remember. Oh God, for some reason in this I could see him in his light blue, powder blue leisure suit he used to wear. Oh my God, leisure suits. Oh no, get rid of it. I call myself a child of the 80s. The 80s is. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, graduated in 84. I miss that decade. You could say what you want without people like sexist, racist. Come on, get over it. Um, David's probably giving it another try. Yeah, but I don't know what's going to happen if we have two cameras on at the same time when he invites me in. Well, I don't know how that would work because it might interfere with both cameras and knocking both cameras out. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's ever tried it before. I could ask Tanya, but Tanya was doing her Patreon stream tonight, and I was gonna go over to it. I didn't know they were playing bingo tonight, and I got there too late to set up the thing to get bingo card and stuff, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna play tonight. I was like, how come you guys didn't tell me we're playing bingo tonight? Let's see. Yeah, that's why I was thinking it might be split screen. That could be the good part from it, but the bad part, it might cancel both cameras out, knocking them out, and might even ruin the cameras. I don't know, and I don't want to ruin his camera, and I don't want to ruin mine. Even though mine just, you can see it sits up here, it doesn't move. I've tried it. I mean, I've tried all different things. It just pops out, and that's it. Nothing. It doesn't turn, nothing. It sits up, pops up, and it's looking down at me like this right now. Of course, this is my phone. And I've tried to tilt it forward, couldn't do it. I tried to go back and forth, nothing. Just goes down. Oh, I left Tanya a message over on her Facebook PM system. When I got the new computer, I can't get on Facebook because I don't remember my password. Now I'm still on my Facebook pages on the phone. I can easily get to my Facebook page on here, but I had to make a brand new Facebook page from my current one in order to get in. So if you see me in Disney Worlders with like a blue Mohawk Mickey or red Mohawk Mickey, that's because I've got the blue one's on my Facebook, still on my Facebook original and page, and the red one is on the current page. And I'm posting from either or. So if you see me posting on the red with the red, I'm posting on the computer. If I'm posting from the blue, I'm oh frack. I haven't even start to set Disney Worlders up for tonight. Holy God! And I'm doing so when I get on a little bit later. That's another reason I have to get off. It's so hard to find anything for Animal Kingdom without being repeats every couple weeks, and I don't want that. I don't want repeats. So I usually post up. Oh, excuse me. That's why I post every couple weeks to. I don't like posting the same thing over and over. Yesterday I spent. It's just getting tougher and tougher for me recently. It's just that I'm doing this a lot now, and this is taking up my time. And I wish I could. I wouldn't say I'm senile, not yet. It's just I don't remember. I'm starting to get my mother. She's got Alzheimer's. I'm hoping it's not leading back to that. I took my mother to Walmart the other day, and we were in the toy section of the collectibles area, and I was looking at a Mickey and a Donald from Super 7. $20 figures, and they're like this big. It's old Mickey and old Donald from back when Walt first started. And their figures are in color. And I showed her a Donald Duck that I picked up, right? And she was talking, but she was at that point in time where she couldn't really comprehend or anything. She turns to me and she says, "My God, my son has gotten that." I looked and I'm like, "What do you mean your son?" I'm like, "Who do you think you're talking to?" Right? And she says, "That Donald Duck." I says, "Yeah, Ma, it's me. I got it." She goes, "No, my son got it." I was like, "Oh my God, no, she's forgotten me." And I'm been in her life more. Yeah, I've been in her life a lot more than anybody else. Even my father, because he died 20 years ago. Wow, that was scary. I thought she lost it right there and then. I was like, "Whoa." I told my brother, "I think we better get her back to the rehab facility." She was perfect that morning, but she just went down. David, what's up? Yeah, I was thinking about. I don't know if you want to go on the same time. If I push the button and you have it, I don't know if it works. What's going to happen to the cameras? Because will it become a with both cameras on at the same time? Will we see half? Either side of or would it ruin our cameras? That's another thing I'm afraid of. I don't want to do. Yeah, because the other things we can do. I don't think it. Yeah, not sorry guys. I'm just trying to think. It should have nothing to do with the camera. Man, it would no. It's still it's the webcam we have to worry about more than anything. Yeah, I'm going through that with my mother now. My father passed before any of that happened, but he was a very grumpy old man. Holy God. He had lost his leg about 20 years earlier from diabetes, and he was very miserable and always starting. And I can't say he was doing it on purpose. He was always fighting with my mother during that time when she was taking care of him. I mean, we got into many arguments. I kept him putting him. I can't say putting him down. It just got into it. And says, "How dare you? She's helping you." I mean, well, believe me, a lot of efforts was going through that, and me screaming. Um, but Now I'm going through it with her because there was times before this happened, before she went in, she would start a fight with me. And I would be like, what did I do? And it hit me, wait a minute, my father did this with her, she's doing it with me. But she wasn't bad off as my father was. He hardly went out anymore. He was always at home. So my mother was always at home. Once in a while, we would go out with my mother, but she didn't want to leave him home too long by himself. Or my brother would stay home with them. And I drove them to the doctors all the time. This is down here in the Tampa area. My mother was like, she always thought, the doctors in our hometown were the best. What I think happened there is what we got down here is the doctors who want, finish towards the bottom of their class and wanted to party all the time, and they're down here, and the ones who actually wanted to make money are up in Connecticut. This is, I will not ruin your camp. No, I'm not worried about mine. I'm worried about both. Yours could take impact too. If it happens to mine at the same time, it might do something to yours, and I do not want to be. I feel so bad. Is that your camera? That's your camera on your computer. You know what I'm gonna do? I don't know how long it's gonna be before Jordan hits here. I'll figure it out when. It may take some time, but yeah, who knows? It could be by this weekend, as far as I know. I mean, we can do. We've got time. We could do it, before a live stream, like I thought we were gonna do tonight. But just your best bet next time. Let me know the time exactly. It says be there by 8:30. I'll be there by 8:30. I was talking to you about doing it at 9:00. We could try before it's done, but it's not. We'll have to do it. Yeah, because I'm thinking it might. I don't know. Because you've already tried it on a couple of people's webcams and it's not coming up. Plus we've got to somehow get Chase into. We got to get Chase into helping us with this stuff. He might be able to help you too. Tanya, I don't want to bother because Tanya does her thing, and she's either that or she's home. She's talking about doing a live stream on one night during the week. I don't know, which probably is Saturday. I don't know. She wants to see Happily Ever After. Let's see. If I was going to do something with Tanya, it would be going live, and going live with her being with us. So I guess it's you two. Everybody else is gone, unless we do have another watcher, and I think it could be Jordan. Otherwise, pretty soon I'm gonna get off this because I gotta start Disney Worlders for tomorrow. I usually I've been starting, but I've been doing other things tonight, and I got sidetracked, and I just totally forgot until recently. It's a matter of what time for what. Us to learn it, yeah. One day David will know what he's doing, and I will know what I'm doing on mine too. So, I mean, it took me a while to know how to, I used to, you remember my old message boards. I didn't know how to set those up. It took me a bit before I started setting them up. This is same but different, except for where, we got the camera here. I eventually want to put up, on the bottom, on the page, like my link to Disney World. I've got to. There's small things I got to take care of first before I get to the bigger stuff. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. No, I'm not rambling, young Anakin. Oh, I wish they would stop that over there. What I'm going to do right now, because I am getting tired, I'm going to go off. I'm going to get off here. Jordan, if you're here listening, I'm sorry. It's just I'm starting to get wonky, and I've got to start Disney World. So I really have to get at least the morning started. If I can at least get half day, I'll be happy. and by 9 o'clock, by noonish, I could probably put the rest of the stuff up tomorrow afternoon. This is the bread and butter of how I kept this place running for the last 5-6 years, and how I got 20,000 people. It's because I posted. Some people come in and they don't know what they should post or not post. Some people will post. I don't care if they post, even if I post. It just I post as a guideline to have people, to come and look. I've seen other people do their places, and I would come on and say, "Where's everything?" I get the creator of the Facebook group to laugh, because nobody's been here in a while. And I'm thinking to myself, "Then why did you accept me in?" So some they just make them for the hell of it and do nothing, and they die. Now, I didn't want this place to die. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted something that actually worked. Only us now? Yeah, it is only us now. Greg, I'm gonna get off of here. I am starting to ramble because I can feel it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do this tomorrow night. See, I'm gonna be working half day tomorrow, so I don't know about taking it out. I don't know. Well, let me get off of this. I'm probably gonna have the computer general and just go back to I've got to start Disney World Restore tomorrow. I've got to get a few things up, at least, as I said, from good morning up until noontime. When I start showing Walt's picture you notice I put Walt's picture up every noon of every day. There's a ton of more pictures of Walt that I've never put up. He's got armies of pictures almost everywhere. I wish there was a picture of him at Magic Kingdom, but of course he died before then. I do get pictures of him on Disney World property. But Walt was walking through, talking with people, and all you would see is trees and grass and everything. Well, Greg, I'm going to take off. Thank you for being here till the end. I want to thank everybody else. If anybody's happened to be Ninja watching, I want to thank everybody who came tonight. Yeah, but I'm a little bit more than an hour, so my best pitch is to take off. And if anybody's here or Ninja watching, look for Disney Worlders on Facebook. If you can't find it, look for my username. There's Teletran35. It spells it like it's pronounced Teletran, TELETRAN 35. I am getting a signal. I wonder if somebody's coming on. Ready to talk. Give me one sec. Let's see if Jordan's. I don't. Jordan. No, can't be because Jordan could call here and come throw at us. Well, I'm taking off. Good night, everybody.